The hospital smelled like disinfectant and exhaustion. Emily Carter walked quickly through the corridor, her sneakers barely making a sound on the polished floor. She was late again, not because she didn't care, but because caring too much had become her burden. As a nurse in a busy Chicago hospital, Emily had learned to hide her emotions behind calm eyes and steady hands. Every shift meant life, death, hope, and heartbreak, sometimes all in the same hour. She used to believe nursing was just a job. Somewhere along the way, it became her entire identity. Emily hadn't always planned this life. She once dreamed of traveling, of painting, of laughter that didn't echo off hospital walls. But when her father died after a long battle with heart disease, she made a promise at his bedside. She would save others if she couldn't save him. That promise carried her through nursing school, night shifts, and years of missed holidays. It also carried her into loneliness she rarely admitted to herself. On the same floor, in a different wing, Daniel Brooks sat beside his mother's hospital bed. He was a software engineer from Seattle, visiting Chicago for work when everything went wrong. His phone rang during a meeting, and within minutes his world shifted. His mother, the woman who raised him alone after his father left, had collapsed at home. Now she lay unconscious, machines humming where her voice should have been. Daniel felt helpless in a way success and money couldn't fix. Their first meeting was brief. Emily adjusted in 4 while Daniel stood awkwardly nearby, unsure if he was in the way. She explained the procedure gently, her voice steady but kind. Daniel nodded, noticing the tired circles under her eyes. For a moment their gazes met, two strangers connected by worry. Then Emily was gone, called to another emergency, leaving behind only her calm reassurance. Days passed. Emily's shifts blurred together, but she kept noticing Daniel in the hallway, always with coffee gone cold in his hands. He was polite, always thanking the staff, always trying to stay strong. One night, during a quieter moment, Emily found him staring out a window overlooking the city lights. Without thinking, she asked if he was okay. The question broke something open. He spoke about his fear, his guilt for not being there sooner, his childhood memories of his mother's sacrifices. Emily listened not as a nurse but as a human being. From that night on, their conversations became a small refuge. They talked about life beyond the hospital. Emily's love for painting she had abandoned, Daniel's longing for something more meaningful than deadlines and code. Yet both new hospitals were temporary intersections. People passed through, healed or broken, then disappeared. The real test came when Daniel's mother took a sudden turn for the worse. Alarms rang, doctors rushed in, and Daniel was asked to step back. Emily was part of the emergency response. This time her hand shook slightly, not because of fear, but because she cared too much. Hours later, when the crisis passed, she found Daniel collapsed in a chair, tears streaming freely. She sat beside him, breaking every professional wall she had built, and simply held his hand. Against the odds, his mother survived. Recovery was slow but hopeful. The day she was discharged, Daniel thanked Emily with more emotion than words could hold. He returned to Seattle soon after, promising to visit again, though both wondered if it was just kindness wrapped in goodbye. Weeks passed. Emily returned to her routine, but something inside her had changed. The hospital halls felt heavier. She realized she had been answering everyone else's calls except her own heart's. One evening after a long shift, her phone rang. An unknown number. She almost ignored it, almost. It was Daniel. He told her his mother was doing better. Then he admitted the truth he couldn't say before. Meeting Emily had reminded him what really mattered. He had taken a leave from work, started volunteering, calling people he had neglected for years. He said, "I didn't just get my mom back. I got myself back." Emily felt tears rise. She confessed her own struggle, how she had forgotten who she was outside the hospital. Daniel asked a simple question that felt like destiny calling. What if we stop waiting and actually live? Months later, Emily stood in an airport, heart pounding. She had taken her first real vacation in years, carrying a sketchbook in her bag. When she saw Daniel walking toward her, smiling with that same gentle strength, she understood something profound. Love doesn't always arrive in perfect moments. Sometimes it finds you in hospital halls, wearing pain and hope side by side.